On Thursday, the 28th of June 2018, the Voice of Reason (VOR) held its first colloquium of its VOR leadership series themed Restructuring, a panacea for justice and peace in Nigeria at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, Victoria Island, Lagos. The Voice of Reason (VOR) is a group of eminent Nigerians of Yoruba extraction who are accomplished professionals who focus on public good issues within the strategic context of effective, good, result-oriented governance of Nigeria in general and of Yoruba land in particular. The discussants at the colloquium were former President, Nigeria Bar Association, Dr. Olisa Agbakoba, environmental and human rights activist, Ann Kyo Briggs, Secretary, Lower Niger Congress, LNC, Mr. Tonin Nadi, son of late Alhaji Sir Abubakar Tafabalewa, Dr. Abdul Jalil Tafabalewa. The discussion was moderated by the chairman, Space FM, Otumba Dejo Shibogun. The chairman of the occasion was the co-founder, Eko Hospitals, Olurogun Dr. Sani Kuku. The event formally began with the discussants taking turns to address the topic of discussion. The first discussant was Dr. Olisa Agbakoba. He said the sub-nationality were the ones who had the political discussion on the arrangement Nigeria made prior to independence. He noted that the discussion made then gave birth to the 1960 and 1963 constitutions, adding that before deciding on a type of constitution for our country, we must identify those willing to be part of the country called Nigeria, because without that, we cannot have a constitution, especially when there are no clear conceptual agreements between one group and the other. Dr. Olisa Agbakoba said, in his view, Nigeria is a failed state because decision-making revolves around the Federal Capital Territory. He cited the federal allocation policy to buttress his point.
Before we discuss what type of constitution, we must identify those who will be part of Nigeria. We can't go to have a constitution when it is not clear what the conceptual arrangements will be between one group and the other. Having said that, my own view is that Nigeria is a failed state. So the creative energy of Nigeria is trapped in this pyramid where somebody at the top, called the president, decides everything. So the energy to revamp this process is what VOR is about. We need to have creative energy. I feel, with due respect, there are far too many old people in the room. Far too many old people. You need to expand the discussion. Far too many. Including myself, at 65, and yourself, far too many. So the discussion is not animated or exciting, because we've all seen our various times. We're tired. We've got to make this conversation energetic and engage the youth. A very brilliant point that she made.
On the issue of restructuring, Dr. Olisa Agbakoba said, before restructuring can take place, the medium of communication between one region and the other needs to be accommodating in order not to be offensive to any region. He advised that utmost caution must be taken when deliberating on restructuring.
If you want to restructure, you must take into account the 36 states. What are the views of the various sub-national entities? My criticism is that the restructure debate in the South offends the North. Like it or not, it offends the North. So if you want to restructure, then your language must be accommodating. It has to be accommodating. It has to be accommodating. If it is not, then we'll just talk about restructuring, and they in the North will laugh. Nothing will happen. So I will urge that utmost caution is shown. We know what we want. I know what I want from the Southeast. It's very clear that I will readily adopt their only accords. I don't know if anyone has read it. It's I mean, all what is said here in the Constitution has been said. We all know it. It's been said. The challenge, how do you deliver this restructure? Then I would say that we miss understanding what goes on in the North. Crucial point. If the idea is to restructure, because we have to be clear, there is no suggestion that we must restructure. There are options. One is that we can break up.
Environmental and human rights activist Anne Q. Briggs was next to mount the podium. In her remarks, she said, "The amalgamation of Nigeria is the burden Nigeria carries today," stressing that until the issue of amalgamation is addressed and a new constitution created, the burden will remain. She noted that some politicians have become armed robbers and thieves who believe they are above the law.
Political opponents today have become armed robbers, they have become gun runners and thieves. Now, for those of them who brought themselves to this point, I can only say serve you right. There is no rule of law in Nigeria today. So if we have a new constitution, these are the things that this new constitution will have to take into consideration. And corruption is not restricted only to one area. Corruption is a crime. And so if we're going to come up with another constitution, which I believe we should, these are also the things that we will also put into place. We are in a government today that, as we all know, we're seated here today. Some people are being blackmailed, being threatened, being arrested. I mean, so many people that speak this day are very bold, and that there are many meanings to restructuring. And so it cannot choose the one that all Nigerians will accept as restructuring. And key into the idea that it is either you want Nigeria to remain as one country or you want Nigeria to break up. None of those ones is a criminal offense. It's a right. You have a right to choose. Because we are different people that make up this country. And so if we want, and if you are one of those people that believe that after 100 years that you want out of Nigeria, that's your right. And if we are going to move forward, and that's where I agree with my brother, if you're going to move forward, then the question must be asked to the people who want to be in Nigeria. And so that identifies who Nigerians are.
This was followed by an educative interactive session between the participants and the discussants. The third speaker, Lieutenant Colonel Tony Inyam, retired, in his view said, "We're in a country where the social, political and economical powers have been hijacked for the selfish purpose of the hijackers." He added that the restructuring of the national security architecture is meaningless under the present military constitution, citing the United States of America as a typical example. Lieutenant Colonel Tony Inyam, retired, said, "In Nigeria, we use the word national to mean one Nigeria, as opposed to its real meaning." He stressed that socialization of corruption in Nigeria cannot be done away with, except there is a background check to eliminate the root cause of corruption.
Can the institutionalization of corruption in Nigeria be effectively done away without an address of the underlying conditions, which are the root causes, the means of sustaining corruption, and the cover-up of the national grant? If the present situation of the federal government illegitimately confiscating the Niger Delta and the Lagos State people's respectively natural resources and VAT, is it not an example of institutional corruption? What is it if it's not corruption? With this mother of all corruption, the outcomes of the present practices of governance would most likely be crooked. What's worse, the Nigerian Independent National Electoral Commission is only independent in name. There are no serious constitutional basis for the President Electoral Commission to be free from the President's control. Let's stop deluding ourselves. The existing Nigerian political economic system has been structured to be corrupting of the minds of the country's leaders.
The next speaker, Mr. Tony Nnadi, Secretary, Lower Niger Congress, LNC, said, "For restructuring to take place, there must be a consensus at different regions, as the campaign for restructuring is for equity." He cited a personal experience on the need for restructuring in the country, adding that the Union of 1914, which was imposed by the British government, should be revisited, as the basis of the Union cannot be sustained anymore.
Do we want to continue in this Union? If the answer is yes, and nobody is going to go to answer that question on behalf of any group, the Yoruba will have to decide in-house, and the Voice of Reason has said so in the past. The Yoruba will have to decide in-house in a referendum, conducted however they do it, to first commit to wanting to continue. So also the other blocks. The two organizations I'm associated with, the Movement for New Nigeria is a aggregation of all the groups that are saying this is not working for us. Many are saying, are we to go to renew our enslavement by way of another election under the Constitution? If we go, they will have another 4 years. Don't let us deceive ourselves. There may be people who want to be governor and senator. We're not in that case. We say, let those already elected remain where they are. Let us undertake this emergency reconstruction, which is like moving Nigeria into the operation theater. Otherwise, if we don't, of course, it will then be a choice to allow that Nigeria to die.
Dr. Abdul Jalil Tafa Balewa also gave a stand on the topic of discussion.
We have people ruling that cannot even think beyond their elbows. What type of educational systems we need in Nigeria to be able to progress? No government. Since my father's time, I keep repeating, I've ever thought of how many students we have in primary school, secondary school, at the universities. That's why we have so much employment. Not all of our youth need to go to university. We need to be able to create a middle class. Our constitution needs to be able to follow this, because since I have been back, I have seen something that because of the pollution of our psyche that we have inherited from military rule, Nigerians respond very quickly to order. It takes 4 days for them to be able to respond to a particular order.
The event was brought to an end with a vote of thanks by Dr. Olufemi Adegoke from Biscon Communications. It's congratulations to the Voice of Reason, VOR, on the successful hosting of its first colloquium.